Hi, this is Dennis James. I'm your host tonight for the Dennis James Theater, brought to you by Northwest Schools, one of the most successful, one of the oldest, one of the largest training organizations in America today. And I'm going to talk specifically about training for a career in one of the fastest growing industries in America today, in fact, in the world, the hotel-motel management industry. Now, if you're 21 years of age or over, if you're married, if you're single, if you're divorced, if you're retired, no matter what walk of life you're in, if you're unhappy or want to make a change, then I hope you pay attention to what I say in the course of this movie tonight. As a matter of fact, I'd like you to call this number right now and get things started for yourself. See, when you call this number, you'll arrange for an interview, at which time you'll be presented with a brochure like this. You'll learn of the qualifications, all the facts about Northwest School, and how you can start to train for an exciting industry where there are 6,000, bear that in mind, 6,000 job opportunities open right now. And they tell me by 1975 that's going to double. So if you feel there's no place in this little world for you, I'm telling you there is. And one phone call right now, because our operators are waiting for your calls, one phone call will get you started on what could be the most exciting, the most lucrative career of your whole lifetime. Hotel-motel management needs trained, skilled personnel. They can't take people off of the streets. They need trained people. And that's why you check, find out about it, find out how you can be schooled at home. Home study, study at nighttime, weekend, and be ready for an industry that's really blooming. Okay? Now, we're going to watch a movie here tonight, and in the course of that movie, I'll come back with other ideas as to why you specifically should call this number. If you've already made up your mind that it's for you, then I suggest you call right now while the operators are waiting for you. All right, now let's watch the movie. This is Dennis James again. It's intermission time and a good chance for me to chat with you again. Now, when we came on tonight and introduced the movie, I told you, first of all, that if you were 21 years of age and over, single, married, divorced, no matter what walk of life, there was a chance for you to get into a fast-moving industry, hotel-motel management. You remember I said there were like 6,000 job opportunities right now, and that would double by 1975. And you know, when you're talking to nice folks like you, and you make a statement like that, you figure, well, why should they take your word for it? I don't want you to take my word for it, because I have something that I'll read to you. It's a quote from a man in authority that will substantiate what I've just said. Now, let me quote this to you. This is from Mr. Henry J. Bechtold. Now, he's financial editor of United Press International, and Mr. Bechtold writes this, and I am quoting, "Although high unemployment is one of the more serious problems our economy has to cope with, there is one industry in desperate need of new personnel." Which one, he says? "The fastest growing motel industry is sounding an urgent call for at least 90,000 new employees. This industry's projected construction of 200,000 new units this year will create at least 50,000 new motel job openings, which will occur through normal employee turnover." Now, there is a quote from a man who knows. So that's why I want you to call this number right now, will you? For Northwest Schools. And we'll set up an interview. Those interviews start tomorrow morning in this area. You call tonight, and your interview, you'll receive a brochure just like this. Tells you about the qualifications, gives you all the facts about Northwest Schools training, and it covers every aspect of the hotel-motel management industry. So if you start now, in just a short time, you could very easily be in a very exciting, a very lucrative field. How do you start now? By calling this number right now. The operators are there, okay? Now let's watch the movie again. Well, it's intermission time again. Now, if you've been watching our movie from the very beginning, I hope you're enjoying the picture. If you just got home and just turned on your set, this is Dennis James, and you're watching the Dennis James Theater, and I represent a fine training organization, one of the most successful, one of the largest in the country, Northwest Schools. And I've been talking specifically tonight about how you can get training in one of the fastest-growing industries in the world today, the hotel-motel management industry. And I went on to say that if you were 21 years or older, no matter what you did, whether you were single, married, divorced, retired, there was a place for you. Now, I want to speak specifically to the folks who are retired, because I have such sympathy with those folks. You know, if you're in a job at 40 years of age, that's fine. But if you lose a job after 40, there's almost no chance to get back into an industry. They close the door in your face, they turn their back on you, and they leave you out in the cold with no place to go. Well, if you've got a desperation situation at 40, what happens at 50? And what happens at 60? And what happens at 65? Are you through? Are you all washed up? Personally, I say absolutely not. If you call this number, you find out that there is an opportunity for you in the hotel, motel management industry. Now, you call right now. We have operators here right now ready to take your call. And then what happens? Our representatives are in this area right now, and the interviews start tomorrow. Yes, you will be interviewed. And at that time, you'll be given a brochure like this to give you all of the qualifications and all the facts about Northwest School's training. And it covers just about everything. 23 lessons on organization, the philosophy, front desk, behind the desk, keeping house, the food service, catering, bar, purchasing, sales. They go right from the floor to the roof in the hotel business. So you know that business from the bottom all the way up, making you qualified to be a manager or an associate manager or an assistant manager. So call the number right now, okay? Now watch the movie. You know, I've just been sitting here reflecting a little bit. This is Dennis James again. I've been talking to you tonight about Northwest Schools and their training for hotel, motel management. And I got to thinking that maybe the phrase hotel, motel management did not for you have a glamorous ring. And people like to be in a glamorous business. Well, I got news for you. It does have a glamorous ring. Now think about resort areas. Think about people thinking only of leisure time, 4-day weeks and so on. There are hotels and motels popping up in all those resort areas. How would you like to work, live, enjoy a resort area, and be paid to do that? Now, that's pretty glamorous living with the golf, with the swimming, with the tennis. You get paid for that kind of life. The rest of us have to go out and pay for it. Now, let me show you a couple who have graduated from Northwest Schools. They studied at home. They passed. They got their diploma. They got their job. Now, watch their glamorous life. Here they are. Man, that's the good life. Now, that's glamorous. How can you get into it? Find out. Call right now. The operators are waiting for your call. You can be interviewed starting tomorrow. All our representatives are in this area. Find out how you can be in a glamorous industry like the hotel, motel management industry. All you have to do is call, get the brochure, find out how you qualify, get all the facts, okay? Call now, though. All right, let's get back to the movie. Dennis James again. You know, I've been telling you, if you call this number, you'll have an interview set up, and one of our representatives, starting tomorrow morning, will interview people. Now, you might want to know what those interviews are all about. Well, I have a guest here in the studio tonight from the management staff of Northwest Schools, and I think if we ask him a couple of questions, almost as though you might be asking those questions, we can find out exactly what happens in one of those interviews. So say hello right now to Arnold Lippman, the management staff of Northwest Schools. Arnold, welcome.
Thank you, Dennis.
Now, when these people call this number and an interview is set up, what happens? What takes place at that interview?
Well, at the interview, we're trying to ascertain if these people really have the inclinations necessary to make good hotel, motel managers.
Now, what type do you look for specifically?
Well, what we're looking for specifically are people who enjoy dealing with other people, because really that's the heart of the thing. People who enjoy meeting new people, who get along well with other people. If they have that ability, chances are they're going to make very good managers.
So the qualification is 21 years of age and over. Now, I've been talking about married couples, and it seems to me this would be a natural, you know, two people running a hotel or motel. Do they fit into it pretty well?
Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, you'll find that many of the smaller motels are run by family groups, a husband and a wife, who share the responsibilities of managing the motel. It works out very, very well.
Now, one last point. I noticed that our school is approved for veterans under the GI Bill. I would imagine there, too, you've got a natural. Boys coming out of the service or men discharged from the service, and all of a sudden they find themselves not knowing what to do. I imagine they would be perfect, would they not?
It certainly is, because there's just as much of an opportunity for young men who will train now and have a lifetime career in motel, hotel management.
Just gave me another thought. They can train while they're in the service. If they're going to be discharged in a year or so, they'll come out and they'll be ready.
Yes, and they can even train while they keep their regular job. They can study at home at night and weekends. Does not interfere with their regular employment.
All right, now this is approved by GI Bill, as I said. Thank you, Arnold. Call this number right now, no matter what walk of life you're in, and meet somebody like Arnold Lippman. Okay? Okay. Well, That takes care of the Dennis James Theater for tonight, and I certainly hope that you enjoyed the movie. And I certainly hope that by this time you've already called the number to find out whether or not you qualify. An interview will be set up for you, remember. Our representatives are in this area right now and will be here possibly 3 weeks, interviewing people on a personal basis. At those interviews, remember, you'll receive this brochure with all the qualifications and all the facts, and it's a magazine-type brochure that covers every facet of Northwest schools. It covers testimonials from people who've already graduated from the school, how happy they are to be in their new environments, in their new jobs. Remember that I've been talking to people 21 years and over, not just men, but women too, not just men and women as a husband and wife combination. I've been talking to men specifically for a job for themselves and women specifically for a job for themselves, talking to people of the military, no matter what walk of life you're in. This is a perfect opportunity for you because remember what I've been saying all night and this morning. There are 6,000 job opportunities open right now looking for hotel motel managers. Get the training from Northwest schools. Study right at home under your own conditions, controlled conditions, in your spare time, at night, weekends. But by all means, make the call first. I repeat again, I said I hate the word. There is no obligation, and there is no obligation. Call up, have an interview set up, see if you qualify, get the facts, and then study for a great, great industry. Remember, you'll meet some awfully nice people. You'll find yourself maybe in a nice resort hotel somewhere, living, being paid to swim, to play golf, and have a general good time. So I hope the message has gotten across to you tonight. I'm going to check those phone calls, and maybe some hotel that I pop into a short time from now, you'll say to me, "Hey, Dennis, I heard you on television, and that's why I'm here today." So have a good night now. Make the call. Pleasant dreams. I'm even with the tell. I see if we've been in the first under man the law. Yes, go. You're one knows those now get back here and you're very in this going on the second get the rest of us get those short release here or on but here I sent out to the night but I see Louis was in you're man the law. Your man saying you lost I wish December like wish did see him you're on yes you know it'll say the cat say you're right the back now she hasn't got in the beef but them are all but the mash but them the surf but them and the surf but them looks and these and the she hasn't got of Seskis in it, and she hasn't got y'all at the cap and the looks out on bucks there and the top being talking about. Looks was the looks, it's like you believe values did not, you know, it's a match, this is it. Here on my self thing looking at. On, all right, for service in the long, you know, it's the people. You know, it's the back of her, was the rest of them with the fellow with your fleas in the out tea. The honest to the way you're not, and I'm little not, and there. You know, your first was that me, the owl and the observer, you know, what we face and on the way. There's an animal go for fun. Yeah, you know, the fun is what skisser the joke. Yeah, stokes if you know the weather. He shits the no you in the sort. They're not who's bring it up quiet. So if you see all the in the sort, see the anti even a good as you know. On shine in the surf, good anita. You remember rock, cat beer in the head and the rock. Yeah, you're sitting all sad for those jokes. Yeah, drop me your very skitsit. That's it. In a moment when a scat it's a skitsit. That's a big ditty here. Takes up says when I make off. Look for show with you. There's the last skitsit itself, but the hell in the skitsit that's in a moss or in the very surface boosting a flower and about you know the babage double stores look at now what I'm a tell but there I'm going you see those in the fred once again. You're low or she ever say you know we not keep space that. So far into it. I love me air from the fish that. Maybe I'm always going me. Very rough. I've been caught my half a thing. I've been caught in the babble of the shelf and 6 head out his up. Here it's me tonight. He won't sit the sock. But I've been caught in the back. Gives me tonight to sing home with the so you will think it go on. You've on the van. Yeah, go. That's up to you, and caught in the law. See, they'll arm with that, so he was saying that. I'm down this law, bro, take this to their part of you. He'll so are you doing? I say, I'm there, law. I don't know, Mark. Looks self on top. Oh, and then we left the new bit. Now, but take that of those shirts of these, so your arm with you can get out to even there. Soon the shake you fall off, we stubble on out, boy. Who you're for us, you go even in. I'm there, man, the law. Was I can remember that will be what I had. Here I'll be naked on our feet, and you'll man, he'll get her, and this number one. Here, soon. er was een amber, je bedacht het. Er volgen en alweer nog steeds zag je het. Dat hij daar je tegenwoordig, die heel wie je hebt subsie kost nou. Nou, om zit ja, wees ja, ik ga. Drop daar snit, maar sinds het boven naar lui. Laat boven naar, hoe de touw nou. Sinds dezelfde laatste hier, hoe ziet nou tegen. Zo, slop, zes gestomd, dan op de zo, zit op, je dan op de. Jetzt den aan de zien en de sjes en going in echt zijn af, but that's so so toon. Hier uit de goeie man voor daar wees ja. Girl was taking on winnen. Daar is ook aan, dus er baas dus de wie van nou. Daar is er wees hem. Hier uit de goeie. Zo je van ja romanse laag wie is aan het. Girl wordt de snow wie de la weer gerecht aan de vlieg. Ja was niet kost mij op de subsidie wie op staan. Was niet mast op een jas, het ook aan was niet om, maar of zit ja looit dat. Echt dommer. Echt doorhouden. Er is geen amber, alweer dat is alles nooit in de weg gaan. Of ik niet, maar nou ogen nou. Je wil leuk ben je wel er, nou is ja alles doen. Maar zoet ben nou nee. Wat doen we dan? Hier schoppen. Schoppen die dan. Nou worden ze dan. Als hij heel Louis kosten nou, dan schimmen ze nou. We staan hem weer zien nou aan. Dat geldt wel eens. Hier ben alweer op staan aan. Hier ben je zien weg. Hier zijn in om naar om. Dan moet je dan een uur staan stellen. Zo, wat is het zo procent? Nee, maar die nog niet kost ik niet veel weer. Dat is niet. Hier is de vader. Dat kost niet. Ben nog een beetje aan het doen. Dat ben je kosten erbij. Hoor niet? Nee, is meer in het ja. Op zo lang echt wel. Echt wel. Ja, ik heb samen snel en nee. Hoe short ze die serie nou vanaf. Ik ben nou voor dat zie boy binnen. Oh, wie. Er was nou een shake er bouwen zet. Hij is een heel nice de girl with it for zo'n was ik snap ze dat is nou ja nee, je niet meer wel. Nou van ja roman de lock hier. Zijn we snel voor de rig. Er win is in die van nou voor de was het. Huis in de surf bij de van nou niet maar surf niet. Dat bonnie en nou er is ja roman de lock dat al was. Ik zie aan nog niet maar nou wil je zo nu. Boy, ik doe hebben ze naam maar ik. Morgen in dat snap ik. Ook zijn veel daar niet. Helemaal voor de stad niet. Hier loopt net was ook je pa je zo aan besnoord zo gemne. Zo aan besnoord zo en aan ja weer dat de goeie ja heb ik het al baas. Hier gezocht was en besnoord waar ik het met niet ja. Hier is het weer af blijven of wie van nummer daar ik hier op zijn. Wat breng je hier als je de last niet stouw voor zo ja voor een pracht van nou. En de morgen even besnoord even de troon niet van zitten. Ja, zijn besnoord van je lief dat we hebben niet. Waar is gewoon met de nummer de fial beschouwen fitten zo niet meer fitten in de moos in de goeie. Waar is gewoon dus aan bezig. Waar is niet rekenen. Maar wat doe je rekenen? Er is geen aan waar is gewoon maar zo hij beracht hebben. Ja, je nou van de man zijn je ook ja, het niet ja, je staat wat in de weg. Of je niet ogen uit. Dan weet je niet maar snel zijn maar een snor en de pijn en snor lief hem. En nee, ben je gewoon nou zo bij Amerika daar zo veranderd. Dat hij nou nou touch. Nou, wie niet zo snel valt, maar niet meer ja, hij is gewoon maar hij is gewoon hoog tegen jou. We doen ja, nee. Hier ook dat dat is het dan in dit hier bij dat is loof voor verse of snaar belasten. Hoe daar next to the ball all about. Ja, zo weer next to the ball als doen dat van je af, dus door het doen ja, nee. Dan moet je nou maar door op je nerven. Dat is ook zo van dat bij de andere zorg dat is kost de banen. Er is een ship sneller dan de way mee. Hier dit smeert je net je staan het dus ook. Ik heb aan hier dat is er bij aan de volk naast dus hier dat er aan de volk het is hier dus de paai dus juist hier af te beneden zei dan er gewoon die als met allemaal dus geleden zijn hier de voorbouw is door moet dus wat die vijf dat is hartstikke zie of mooi zo had die aan zie de volgende scheuring en als ze in de was door meer twijfel en de surf moet die in de tijd de eerste niet nou zo hier maar 8 jaar is een paar series en dat is een melk maar ja wat is zie ook ze er hinderlijk. Waarschijnlijk niet zelf de aan die door dat snijden of zo. Of het weer niet meer of het er zit een eigen naam zit ook kunnen maar ook gaan er veel gaan is nooit dat zijn aan jaar de gewoon zo hard zo. De volks die nog de bouwers zitten en maar voor dat hier dat ja. Ze nou is je ben bij in de doe je ben bij dat ja. En ook je naam was gewoon nog toch net is dus ja wat. Nou was het een geschichte van afgekeurd. Hoe ze daar maar die weg zo wacht zo short to be zero you is net een parasie. Zo je berman en de loch daar maar hier al dus dit aan de met niet zonder beter voor in rust zijn. Man ze loch zo in de pijn al. Ja, Laurie ben er af, maar nee, ja, roes dit dus. Hoe doe je de met die? Zo heeft het net zo dat small steek aan de man. sat weer bij en de soort naar daar in een gib. Maar sinds het boys door hadderbach dit en zelf naar verdier niet nog. Zo je dat small has it. Ja, snel dat. Hier we talk hier dat. Nee, you dat. Ja, die aan dat de wie. De jongen ja, we go we goes. So I get must have been everything. Oh, gas all boat is fast hier to the barge that we find now be man barge that ain't go we make now to heel. Hier dat staat doen de wie. Hier dat small stick. Hier get a sip. Here son. Here's that for the beam break. More shaft must have the fight. Here yes is it. Ah, belong your hooks. So down. See. Now we'll cast get this sip stick on. If you boys go for finish. But as hooks. So down. Doubling caution about it. Machine but never than that we will.
Wel een best snel aan, zo is juist. Nee, we hebben eerst some certain now snacksel voor u. Some of die dingen. Voor riverie, niet mis in de noord, nerf. Eerst some certain organisaties meld. Wel een best snel aan, zo is juist. Nee, we hebben eerst some certain voor u. Some of die dingen. Voor riverie, niet mis in de noord, nerf. Eerst some certain organisaties meld. Wel een best snel aan, zo is juist. Nee, we hebben eerst some certain now snacksel voor u. Some of die dingen. Voor riverie, niet mis in de noord, nerf. Eerst some certain organisaties meld. Wel een best snel aan, zo is juist. Nee, we hebben eerst some certain now snacksel voor u. Some of die dingen. Voor riverie, niet mis in de noord, nerf. Eerst some certain organisaties meld.